Shalom, shalom. Salakia for the wind, but yeah, I'm on break and I just want to do this quick spiritual hydration. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, and to the Son, and the Pele who tongue. Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. A double honor to my elder apostle down here as well, and the Lions Den Camp, a hard one by Yasharallah. And a sincere Thawada to the Akim, the Akwatim, and the Banyam, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believe it with sincerity. Thawada and Shalom. This is just a quick spiritual hydration based off of one of the Akim of this camp. Athanyala and I, we was chilling at the crib. And as we was chilling, we was outside. And, you know, every time we saw a chariot pass by, well, we saw lots of chariots, but every time we saw a chariot pass by, it was always a plane passing by at the same time. And it was as if the chariot was like checking the plane at like, yay, bro, like, you know, it's our airspace, like what you doing here, you know? And then he made a what's the name? It was either him or another brother made the comment that, you know, all these planes that are getting all these flights that are getting canceled. So it's more chariots in the sky now. So it's just a beautiful time to be alive for to see the majesty and the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time that it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. And that's so very true, because our salvation is very much nearer than we believed. Everyone is stressing about food stamps. Everyone's stressing about finding a job. Everyone's stressing about, you know, whatever vain societal stress that they have within themselves right now. But the only thing we need to worry about is awaking out of sleep. You know, verse 12: the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Because ultimately that's what everybody is going to want. They know that financial and economic, well, that's the same thing, but they know that like financial stability is going to be null and void. Everyone sees that like material stability is going to be null and void. You know, pretty soon, you know, there's going to be no gas to fill up everybody's car, so everybody's going to be on foot. All right. But at the same time, people are going to be looking for spiritual and mental stability. All right. And we already have that. So we already ahead of the game. All right. Going back to verse 11, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. I remember last night, you know, I saw a chariot and I was like, hey, that's the ticket out of here. You know, that's my ride, you know, because that's our salvation is nearer than we believe. All right. You know, Lord willing, you know, this place falls. Well, not Lord willing, but this place will fall. You know, call Halayim Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and we have the understanding to know how to obtain salvation. All right, verse 13: let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. All right, which are a lot of people are. All right, we see evidence of it in our day-to-day life, or when we're at camp, somebody walking by and scoffing, or somebody ranting and raving about the vanity they know, you know, their carnal knowledge that they've accumulated through this life or some shit like that. All right. Not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. All right. So you don't want to envy, all right, or be jealous of your brother or of your sister or anybody. All right. Not even the wicked. All right. Because though they look like they're lofty right now, though they look like the Lord isn't touching them right now, the Lord is setting them up to have the greatest fall of all. All right. Fall like lightning, as the scriptures say. Verse 14: but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, all right, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. You don't want to fulfill the lust of our flesh, of wanting to you know, go out here and party and bullshit. You know, that's not the spirit we should be in. All right, going back to verse 11: and that Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time that it is now high time to awake out of sleep. All right. Everyone, we see so many sleepwalkers around this bitch right now. All right. But we have to awake out of our sleep, because for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Every single chariot that we saw last night, the brother and I, it was as if it was monitoring the plane. All right, because the chariots, we said the chariots were in the airspace of the plane. All right, like from our perspective, the pilot could have like looked out his window and seen it. All right, the chariots were like a little bit above the planes, but at the same time, the chariots were like really, really bright, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was as if they were like checking the planes, you know. But last time, verse 11, and that knowing the time that it is now now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Or praying hope this Slakia. I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying. Shalom.